Oh. Alright, so we're gonna go to ban.
Alright, welcome back to the UK Gaming League. My name is Rubica, and with me is my co-caster and good friend, Superior JT.
Hello, nice to meet all of you.
And the ban phase is already underway. And they ban out the Lifestealer for the Radiant side, and the Timber Saw for the Dire side. Don't really get the point behind banning out the Timber Saw. Normally you'd want to go ahead and let that through, try to pick that up. But I guess they figured that he's too much of a powerful mid when they could have banned out something like the OD. But they're just going to let Skybath ban that one out.
Timber Saw can be pretty powerful in the off lane, and nobody wants to really deal with him considering he's really powerful in the meta currently.
Yeah, that's true. He does so much damage if you let him get any kind of like regeneration items at all. So I guess they just didn't want to deal with that this game, and that's really understandable. But we're going to see the OD banned out by Skybath. Again, good ban. He's been dominating mid for months and months. And we're going to see the Naga ban out by eQuator, which is, I guess, a good ban. She's been a really strong support for quite a while now. But she was really, really nerfed in her early game with 6.79, with her mana cost being much, much higher. So I don't think that she's quite as effective anymore, even though she can transition into a semi-carry late game. And we're going to see a Lich for the first pick from Skybath. Now, this is really interesting.
Now, the Lich pickup, I think, is a pretty good idea. Lich, since the 6.79 update, has been pretty well, just because the sacrifice and the experience game is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not that big of a deal that, like, sacrificing with Lich gives the other team experience as long as you're sacrificing away from experience range, so quite frankly, I don't think the debuff is really that much to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you just run him in the off lane, you can have him sacrifice the first creep in the first wave, and he gets like half a creep's worth of experience, and he just keeps doing that, and he gets out of control with levels. And we're going to see the Elder Titan as a first pickup from eQuator. Now, he's normally run as a mid, but yesterday in the game that I casted, I did see him run in the off lane, and he wasn't that effective. He was able to get zoned out pretty easily. So I would imagine this is going to be an Elder Titan mid. And the next pickup's going to be a Bane. So they want that good lockdown. They want to be able to go through a BKB should Skybath pick that up. So, Elder Titan mid, hopefully. Should be. Otherwise, he's going to get zoned out pretty easily. But he'll dominate most mids. Just offlane's a little rough with him. And the Bane should be a support, and we'll see what Skybath decides to pick up. And it's going to be the Puck. So it's going to be an Elder Titan versus Puck mid. And really, I'd favor the Puck in that one. While I did say that Elder Titan will dominate most mids, the exceptions there are typically the Quap and the Puck. Because
Puck has a lot of good escapes. Not only that, but you can dive pretty well with Puck, and Elder Titan's passive isn't going to do much to her anyway.
Yeah. While Natural Order is really strong, again, it's just the Puck is so slippery. You just have to be able to get close to her to even do damage. So
reserve time.
We'll see what the bans are here. I imagine they're going to start picking out. I don't know. I imagine Skybath will start picking off offlaners and carries next. I don't think that they're too concerned about. Well, as I say that, they pick out a support.
Well, I have a feeling that they might be a Medusa. They've already gotten an Elder Titan on eQuator, and we've already seen how well Medusa and Elder Titan synergize together.
Yeah, that Liquid game versus who was that even against? I don't even remember. But that was
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a really good game though. Medusa got really strong with her buff in 6.79. How she does pure damage with the snake when they're in stone form. It's disgusting, especially with the Elder Titan making them like even weaker to her split shot while they're stoned. It's so disgusting. So they ban out the Nyx though, which is kind of weird. He's been a pretty good support pick, and well, really I don't see how Nyx would have synergized well with the Bane pickup and with the Elder Titan pickup, but I guess that's just what they wanted to go for. And we see the Rubik banned out on eQuator, which makes a lot of sense because they don't want the other team to get a hold of that Fiends group, which is probably one of the best ults in the game. And really, that's one of the few things Bane's good for. While she can win most lanes using just her Enfeeble, and she can set up stuff with her Nightmare, the Fiend's Grip is something you really don't want to let go. So the next ban out is going to be a Clockwork, which is kind of what I expected. I expected them to go after offlaners, and Clockwork has been really strong for months and months. I want to say he has been in the meta for almost a year now. He's just been really good offlane. He can just sit back and kind of rocket spam and get his farm anyway. And he can really do well without even many levels. And the gyro ban out comes out from eQuator. So they want to start banning out the hard carries. And really, gyro is one of the hardest carries you can go after. So this makes a lot of sense.
Well, lately, I haven't seen Gyrocopter being that too good of a pickup, considering the 6.79 update. There's so many more carries that are actually better than him for the late game. They might just be banning him just to get control of the mid game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you let him get in early drums and Yasha, then he will tear you apart. And the next two pickouts we see are Weaver from eQuator and Bounty Hunter, which really they're both pretty good heroes. Both of these can be run in the off lane. And both of these, with a little bit of XP and farm, can do a lot. Weaver needs more farm than Bounty Hunter does, because Bounty Hunter can just go around and start getting track kills after the 10-15 minute mark. But Weaver will also be able to do a lot more damage in the late game. So we'll see how these picks turn out.
One thing we can see from this Bounty Hunter pickup is they have an Elder Titan and a Bane, and also a Weaver. And Bounty Hunter is actually really good against all three of those heroes. Because Bane's just got very low HP, and Elder Titan doesn't have much of an escape for Bounty Hunter. Yeah. So Bounty Hunter, we could expect to get some pretty good pickoffs with him. The Keeper of the Light pickup, I find that kind of strange, considering they just picked up a Bounty Hunter. Not only that, but they are already pretty squishy as it is. Maybe we can expect
10 seconds to go.
I don't know. Maybe a tri-lane with this lineup so far?
I was actually about to say, I think that when you pick up the Weaver, when you pick up the Bane, and when you pick up the Keeper of the Light, typically what I would think you're going to go for there would be an aggressive tri-lane. So we might see that coming out of eQuator, and so they might want to pick up a safe solo, or they might even want to make Weaver the safe solo and pick up another carry for that aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah, I could see this lineup being a very good push lineup. So we might expect them want to end this game probably before the 30-35 minute marker. While Skybath Mages, their lineup seems pretty much for the late game. They look like they'll be able to turtle a bit with the Lich pickup for team fights and the Puck as well. However, I'm very interested to see what their next pick is, to see how they're going to combat this this push strat.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good, maybe mid-late game carry. I kind of expect to see the Luna picked up here, because she's picked up a lot of popularity lately. And she's one of the best late game carries in my opinion, especially since she starts farming better, like just the longer the game goes. She can get probably one of the highest GPMs in the game, short of maybe just Medusa. So I kind of expect her, and here comes a Crystal Maiden pick. So they just wanted to pick up another support. I think they just want to sit back, see what the pick and ban is out of eQuator, and then they'll probably pick up something again like the Medusa or the Luna with their last pickup, because I think they will want to take this a little bit later.
I'm actually pretty... I find the Crystal Maiden pick pretty intriguing. Their lineup so far is actually pretty good on slows. We have Maim from the Bounty Hunter. We have Lich, who has 2 built-in slows, and then also a passive slow. And then we have Crystal Maiden, who just slows for days. So maybe what they're working on is just slowing everyone down and just trying to deal damage over time. Maybe keep them crowded in one place. But we're still waiting for a carry on their side, and there's the Luna ban out.
So at this point, eQuator doesn't really have a super hard carry yet. The Weaver can carry really hard, don't get me wrong. But looking at the lineup from Skybath, I almost want to say they're going to go after an anti-mage. I think that'd be a really good pickup for eQuator here. And with that, Skybath almost has to go with something like maybe even the Medusa.
Well, if they're going for a push strat, I think Medusa might actually work, with considering there's Elder Titan, and both of them together really work in the mid game at least. Once she hits 6, it's practically over in team fights.
Exactly.
So if they don't pick Medusa, I'm actually not quite sure who they'll pick. Maybe someone like, I don't know, maybe Juggernaut or something. They have so much magical damage on the opposing side that having the Juggernaut might be able to help, and he's a really good semi-carry as well. Or not semi-carry, but hard carry in the for mid-game.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. The Juggernaut has one of the most diverse builds. Like, he has the most diverse builds that you can possibly build for a carry. He can build really any set of items and do pretty well with it. So that might be a good pickup here, because he can carry pretty hard. But again, he won't carry quite as hard as the Luna or Medusa would. And that's, again, we'll just see what they pick up. We're still waiting on this last pickup from eQuator. It should be a hard carry or maybe just something to go in the aggressive tri-lane. But we will see what they go with. And they go with the Mirana.
So what I'm seeing here right now is we're going to have a tri-lane with Weaver, Bane, and Keeper, and then have Mirana on the off lane and Elder Titan mid is what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I think that you might be right there. Because Mirana's never really run as a safe solo. She's almost always run as either an off lane or a hard carry. So it's possible we could see maybe an off lane Weaver with a solo, not a solo safe, with a safe lane Mirana, Keeper, and Bane. And the Chaos Knight is the last pickup, which is really surprising here. In my opinion, the Chaos Knight really doesn't go that well into the late game. So I don't really see what they're expecting to do with him. When you don't have the Wisp, it's a lot harder to get stuff done with the Chaos Knight. You have to get aggressive in the mid game.
We're going to expect Chaos Knight to probably want to take this to the late game. Bounty Hunter's probably going to go in the off lane. We'll see a tri-lane bot, most likely, with the puck mid. And having these three people as a tri-lane is actually really good. You have all the slow you want to get those early kills, and also you have 2 stuns just right off the bat. Having Lich with Chaos Knight as a partner is really good with the Frost Aura,
10 seconds
the Frost
to go.
Armor. That will help him out, definitely keeping him in lane.
5
One thing
seconds.
I actually do not like about eQuator's lineup is the Mirana pick, because they already have a Weaver on their team, and picking up Mirana is just going to give Skybath more benefit of getting a gem.
Places, everyone.
Yeah, I completely agree. But this game is underway, so I'll do the introductions here. For Skybath, we have Shadow Warrior on the Chaos Knight, Vero Pugno, I believe that's right, on the Crystal Maiden, Ollie the Optimist, on the puck. Another Ollie with Korean characters on the Bounty Hunter, and he will be running in the off lane. And Rylel on the Lich. And for eQuator, we have Clarinet on the Elder Titan, Fitz on the off lane Mirana. Oh, wait, maybe not off lane. It is going to be an aggressive tri-lane, it looks like. Going to be an aggressive tri-lane with the later on
30
the Bane,
seconds to showtime.
and Milk of the Poppy on Keeper of the Light. And the safe solo Weaver will be played by Gualian. I believe that's correct. So that's a pretty interesting lineup. I did say that I could see an aggressive tri-lane coming out, but I didn't really expect to see Mirana be part of that, because she's really kind of difficult to run an aggressive tri-lane. You have to land the arrows, and you have to be able to get the farm. Otherwise, she just kind of falls off and becomes worthless.
And they're off.
It looks like they're kind of wanting to go for something here. I think they might want to go for
they're gonna get a
level
haste
1
rune.
gank. So yeah, they're going to get the haste rune. And I think they're going to try to go, they're going to give that to maybe the Bane and try to go for something, yeah?
Fear is swift.
Having Bane as an initiator is really good. And he's leveled up Nightmare already, so having that initiation is going to be really good to set up maybe an arrow from Mirana. She hasn't leveled up yet, but we could see that. And then also, Coddle's got a free setup with that Nightmare for an Illuminate. So we'll just see what happens up here.
Yeah, Later's just hiding in the tree line. They might spot out this Lich. They might spot out this Crystal Maiden, but no, they're just going to let it go. Oh, they're going to go on this Chaos Knight. Oh, nope. Counter initiation. Lich. Oh, nope. Sleep on the Crystal Maiden. Followed up by the Coddle.
I was talking to you about, the Nightmare with the Illuminate.
But they didn't really follow up. I mean, they did a lot of damage to the supports, but they didn't really get a kill or anything. They kind of just wasted their efforts there. And what they need to do is, while harassing out is going to be good for them, they need to make something happen. Looking towards the mid lane.
Looks like Crystal Maiden's probably going to stack creep camps. However, she might just be trying to spot someone.
Yeah, she's going to find the wall.
dewarding. Okay.
But they might catch her out here. No, they're not going to catch her out. So, looking towards the mid, it looks like this is going to be actually maybe an even an even matchup. It looks like the Puck's winning in the harass game a little bit. And, hold on, I haven't pulled up. Last hits are kind of going in the favor of the Puck. But the Elder Titan's denying a bit more. So, the Puck's not going to quite level up as fast if this keeps going this way. We'll just see how that goes. And it looks like up top, nothing really happening. It's a Bounty Hunter versus a Weaver, and so it's going to be a pretty passive lane up here. They're just going to both find their farm and find their levels. The real action's all going to happen down bot.
Yeah, probably a bad thing about top is that Bounty Hunter's actually going to be able to get levels, and the whole point of having Bounty in the off lane and having a tri-lane up top is to deny him levels and gold, but Bounty's actually getting both of those by laning up against the Weaver. With this Weaver not harassing the Bounty Hunter, he's able to get everything he wants up there. He doesn't necessarily need to get a kill on Weaver. All he needs is to hit 6, and then basically it's just Rome City.
Yeah, I agree. And, well, while that is true, something that we kind of ignored is that the 6.79 update, it really made it easier for Bounty Hunter, because even if they are trying to stack and pull and deny him experience, he can always find it anyway. So maybe this is the best option, is to just let him get his levels.
And there's a first blood bot.
On the bot,
It's already icing over.
right as I looked away to the top lane.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm full Toby mode. I missed First Blood yesterday, too. I feel really bad. But, so First Blood goes to the Crystal Maiden. And, I don't know, that really is bad for eQuator. They've almost already lost this lane, because you want to get First Blood when you're running the aggressive tri-lane. If you don't get First Blood, then you might as well just rotate out the aggressive and try to do a defensive tri-lane and just find your farm.
There's Elder Titan trying to show some aggressiveness on the puck mid.
Yeah, just a little bit of harass coming out from the Astral Spear, which is a pretty strong harass, I must say. But I don't really think he's going to be able to do too terribly much with it.
So far, he's doing pretty well with his harass.
Yeah.
Puck's got no charges on her bottle, and looks like Rune's down. Oh, Crystal Maiden's coming in for a
Crystal Maiden's
game.
coming mid, but I don't think they're going to get
a
it.
lot of tower hits.
Too much tower hit.
And
Oh,
she's
and
gonna
she
go
went down to the Elder Titan. So, that was a bit of a
Probably
silly
should've
thing.
waited for
I don't
the
think
lane
she
to
even
push.
smoked up for that, so I think that they definitely knew that she was coming.
Yeah,
he was
they knew
prepared
she
for
was
that.
coming.
He backed up behind
Yep.
tower and everything. So, a bit of a misplay, really, coming out of Skybath. I mean, yeah, out of Skybath. But, and we missed a kill on the Weaver up
There's a
top.
nightmare
That's a
on
solo
the-
kill for the Bounty Hunter.
That was a good trade for Lich. Lich trading off the Nightmare from Chaos Knight, allowing him to get more farm and to escape and illuminate. Looks like they're gonna fight for the rune top. Looks like Puck's gonna get it.
Puck's going to get it and just back out. Probably wanting to pop that invisibility and at least one charge from her bottle because she's already pretty low.
Hey, does anyone know?
Looks like Bounty's getting a little bit of trouble in the top
The
lane.
what?
So he's gonna pop a salve and just
The
try and
spin.
stay in experience range.
No, I
He
have
is
no
already
clue.
6. We haven't
You
seen
might
him
wanna
move
ask,
away yet.
Hats.
Probably trying to get his phase boots before he heads out.
He's muted his raid call though, so you're gonna have to.
My raid
No.
call is going off, so if you'll excuse me for one moment, I have to turn this off.
Okay.
Alright, there we go.
Let's see here.
Sorry about that. Now, this game's going to get, I think, kind of passive from here on out. Because they're going to want to find farm on the Chaos Knight. And this aggressive tri-lane, again, as I said, it really should just kind of break apart because they're just not doing too well here. And if they're not careful, they're just going to start feeding. But there's the Nightmare up on Crystal Maiden, followed up by the Coddle, but there goes the Chaos Knight. He might get a kill. Nope.
Oh,
Just
Lich
barely.
gets it.
The Lich got the kill,
Oh.
but the Chaos Knight's going to go down too, and that's going to be a lot for this aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not-
the Bane
that's
went
not good for
down.
them.
The Bane went down, and that really doesn't give them much. They lost their carry, and that is going to be really, really hard on them. And that's going to give a lot to the Marana and the Coddle.
Right. Not only did
And the Puck's
Chaos Knight lose gold, but
rotating in,
he's
maybe going to try to
also-
make something happen. But
He also
no
lost
real
experience.
support here, so Puck can't really do anything right now. I think it's just going to be a bit of wasting time here, if they stay. And we're going to wait for 1 minute.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
So that whole Chaos Knight dying, it's not pretty good for Skybath. Although they did get a support, they killed it with a Lich. So Lich might get some money, but we need to get that Chaos Knight really needed to have that money. And now that he died, he's lost experience and also gold for at least 20 seconds, which is actually quite a bit for the early game.
Yeah. And it looks like Coddle's going to have his mechanism up pretty soon. He already has parts of it coming to him. I think he's going to have the headdress up. And Puck's just going to sit down here. They're going to try to make something happen. Oh, there's a Dream Coil. And there goes the Bane. There goes the... Marana should go down here. Oh, and this
There's
is just
the
a
freeze, and now
disaster
he's
for
gone.
eQuator.
That was great.
They should, again, they should just abandon this lane at this point. Because they just lost everything. Everyone went down there and all of that. Actually, the
I
Chaos
wouldn't
Knight only
say
got one
abandon
kill
the
there.
lane. They only got the kills because Puck came down for a gank.
But
now
still,
Puck's gonna get a double damage top.
when you lose 3 people in an aggressive tri-lane, that's pretty rough. That's not something you typically want to deal with. And the arrow just barely misses on Rainbow. But in the other lane right now, off lane, not really much happening. The Bounty Hunter is doing really well in his levels. He's level 7 already, matching both the mid laners, actually. He's level 8, actually. He has the highest level on the board as an off-lane Bounty Hunter. And he has his phase boots and a poor man's shield up already. He's doing really well here. And I think they need to rotate somebody in and kill him really soon, or else he's going to get out of control with his track kills later in the game.
He's like already Bounty Hunter's trying to go on the
Weaver. He got a
and
Weaver.
He gets the kill.
I didn't think that he'd have enough damage with the Shuri, and there's a battle going down bot. It looks like Chaos Knight might go down here, and he does. To that
second gets the kill on Chaos Knight. Looks like Crystal Man's going
to go down here too, maybe.
Good jukes by the
by the Keeper of the Light.
Looks like he might die.
Oh my God! And there we go. They lose. Skybath really just lost all the advantage they had that they gained from that last fight. Everything went to eQuator down here. This is really turning into a tug-of-war lane right now. Nobody really gaining a definitive advantage, it seems.
See, the disadvantage of having Lich in a tri-lane is that he's not going to become level 6 until at least 10 minutes in. And currently, he's not even level 5. And having that level 6 is going to help them win this lane. However, by not having it currently, they are losing the lane. Chaos Knight's already died 2 times. He's only gotten 1 kill in a tri-lane.
And Puck picks up phase boots. Now, I don't play Puck, so I don't know, but how common is that? Because I would think that he would go for something like power treads, or am I just mistaken?
Phase boots is actually pretty good on Puck because it gives bonus movement speed, which allows for you to move around the map a lot quicker, and then also it gives you that bonus damage. And then having that bonus damage, it just helps a lot in team fights because Puck's mainly used for her spells, and then just having that extra right-click damage, it makes those right-clicks that Puck gives actually matter in team fights.
And we're going to see 4 rotate down here to the bot to try to get a kill, I guess, for eQuator.
Like Bounty's following up.
Yeah,
and
they know.
They know he's there.
The Elder Titan might want to get back or else they're going to collapse on him. But I think he knows that... Do they have a ward down here? Because he just landed perfectly on that Bounty Hunter. No, they don't have any kind of vision. I guess it was just luck. But the Bounty Hunter is going to be scared off. He thinks that the Elder Titan knows. And the Elder Titan, I think, just had an idea anyway. So he's going to back off. Go back and be content with farming the mid. But there's still 4 down here. No. No, there's just 4 down here. My apologies. For Skybath. So they might want to make something happen here.
Radiant's top
Weaver's getting free farm in the top lane, which is actually pretty good considering...
And he just got his power treads.
Right. Which is really good. Considering... Their lineup for eQuator is supposed to be more of a push lineup. However, they're playing it really passively, especially in an aggressive tri-lane like this. They want to be trying to get kills all the time. And there's a kill on the Elder Titan by Bounty Hunter, helping gank with Puck.
Yeah. So really, there's just a lot of action happening on this map right now. This is, what, 14 kills in almost 10 minutes. Yeah. So this has just been a crazy game. And... Again, it's really hard to give either team an edge right now because there's just so much happening. This is almost Russian Dota right now. Like, really, this is just, there's so much happening. But we see the Bounty Hunter rotating in. Maybe they're going to make something happen here.
And
but he spotted out. He spotted out.
That's great. That was great with Mirana hopping in like that.
Oh my God, and the arrow landed. I didn't expect that at all. So, it looks like... Well, I did say that the aggressive tri-line wasn't working out for them. It really seems to be paying off now. They're getting a lot out of this. And the Elder Titan's down here, too, so they might go in for a kill on the Chaos Knight. If this Illuminate lands, he's dead. He used his magic stick. And I heard a...
There's a nightmare. That was on an illusion.
It was on an illusion. Puck baited that out, so that was pretty good by the Puck.
This ward right here is actually what's giving them so much control on this lane.
Yeah.
By having that ward, it's giving them vision, like, basically... in like this whole area, which is really good for especially for Coddle, because if it were not for this ward, he would not have gotten the Illuminate down in that area, and then Mirana would not have gotten a double kill.
And the Bounty Hunter's going to go down here.
And gets the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, that's disgusting. The Dream Coil only lands on 1. That's a really big waste of that ultimate.
Radiant's top tower.
Crystal Main goes down as well. Man, it just seems like Skybath's falling apart. They had a really big advantage, it seemed, but they're just letting it go.
Radiant's top tower is taking
Puck
hits.
misses her dodge,
not
so she's
only
going to
is
take a
it
lot
bad
of
that
damage from
losing
the Astral
their
Spirit.
tri-lane bot, even with ganks, but there's a Weaver up top just
Radiant's
chilling,
top
getting
tower's
all the
in
farm he
bad
wants,
shape.
while they're also getting their asses kicked bot.
Yeah.
Really not good.
Yeah. And, I mean, the Weaver's taking over in the CS right now. He has the highest CS on the board at 49.
Radiant's bottom towers seen better days.
That's just awful. Because, again, really,
Radiant lost one
Weaver
of
is
them
probably the
bottom
hardest
towers.
carry on the board right now. So letting him get out of control is just going to, like, spell doom for Skybath later on down the line.
And so, eQuator goes ahead and takes the first bot tower. And if you look at the gold per minute, we can see that the top 4, if you just look at the top 4, we can see 3 of those 4 are on eQuator side, and they're all carries and semi-carries, which is not really looking good for Skybath. They're taking their early game control to their
Dyer's mid
advantage,
towers having
which is really
technical
good, and
difficulties.
their aggressive tri-lane was actually very successful.
Yeah, it looks like something might happen here, though. Bounty Hunter's just trying to scout people out. He's going to see them, but he's just going to back off. They don't really want to make anything happen right now, but they really need to get they need to get track kills up on the board because I don't think they've gotten a single one that I've seen. And really,
Looks like Chaos Knights farming up top against the Weaver, which I don't think is really that good of an idea, considering Chaos Knight doesn't have that much regen. He went ahead and picked up a Drums, but I feel like just laning against a Weaver is already hard enough.
oh, I thought he was about to go on that Weaver. I heard
Yeah,
the,
trying to be
the rift
aggressive.
going off. I was like, okay. And the arrow's going to land on the Bounty Hunter.
wow.
They can maybe go up on that. They're going to get the sleep, and the Illuminate's going to land. That's going to be a kill. Oh, no, it just barely misses, and he wasted his ult there, and that's huge for Skybath. If they want to go in, they're going to want to go in now, because right now, only one big ult is up for them, and granted, it's the Fiend's Grip, and the Fiend's Grip will put in a lot of work, but with the Dream Coil up for Skybath, they could probably take a fight right now if they wanted to, but it seems like they're just going to let this tower go, maybe. They're just sitting back there, trying to push it back. And it doesn't seem like they're succeeding, though.
Doing what they're supposed to do. They're taking aggression right now. Even though they have 2 ults down, they're going to go ahead and use their aggression to their advantage. Like, their early game control is just dominating right now. They're getting a ton of vision just from Elder Titan, just rolling around with that Astral Spirit. And so it's really just controlling the lane, allowing them to push. And, I mean, look at this puck. He's already down to 180 health, and he's just trying to push it back. And they aren't going to be able to do that. Bounty Hunter's definitely not going to.
And they're really not going to be able to do it because Coddle's only 150 gold away from having a mechanism up at 14 minutes in the game. That's just going to end terribly for Skybath if they let that happen. Because once that Coddle gets set up, they cannot stop these pushes anymore. And they really can't take team fights after that either. Because when the ET ult gets back online, and when the Mirana ult comes online, so they, well, actually, well, I don't know why she hasn't leveled that yet. I guess she just prefers to pick up the other things. But when she picks up the Moonlight Shadow, she'll be able to set up really big initiations there. So, I don't know. Skybath needs to be
Moonlight
careful.
Shadow.
They're going to go on this Chaos Knight, and they're going to get the kill. They use the Fiend's Grip. They used everything. And he is just dead. So, I don't know. What can Skybath do at this point? They're really falling behind in gold, in experience, pretty much everything. They're losing their... Well, they lost their lanes. They're going to lose this top tower, I feel. And, I don't know, maybe they can try to trade for the mid, but they're going to not be able to push it down nearly as fast. You cannot push a Coddle.
And there comes Elder Titan. Looks like he's going to go in there and do a little
His
bit
ult's
of
online,
thrash.
so he can probably push it back if he wants to.
One last top tower.
That
I
top
wouldn't
tower
just
is going to
use
go
an ult
down.
for that, but it looks like Rana's going to head toward mid to help push that out.
Oh, I feel like... Okay, never mind.
Nope.
Every time I hear the Waning Rift, I'm like, oh, there's a fight happening. There's not.
One thing that Skybath really has to do at this point is they just need to farm and turtle as much as they can. And having this bounty on their team looks like he's rushing a Vladimir's aura, which I don't think is really that good of an idea, considering most of the damage that eQuator's putting out is all burst damage. And Puck literally just walked into that arrow, and that's going to get him killed. Just some pretty bad reflexes on Skybath's side.
Yeah, they're really not playing too well right now. They're just going to let everything go. They're going to let that mid tower go, and so they don't have any tier 1s up anymore. And there's only 16 minutes in the game. They're going to lose all their map control. And if you're eQuator, you might want to start looking towards Roshan pretty soon. I feel like with the mechanism, they can definitely take it. So
I don't know. Their HP levels are all very, very low.
Yeah.
I mean, I say the only one that has a decent amount is probably Elder Titan. But right now, I don't see them going for a Roshan until probably about another 5 minutes in, at least.
One thing that really helps, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the Elder Titan's natural order actually does work on Roshan. So it might not even be about having high HP at this point. They can probably just push him down pretty quickly. They have a fair amount of damage.
It's just that Roshan only has like 5 armor currently. If you look, he's only got 5 armor. Natural order isn't going to do that much to help.
Oh, and the arrow's going to land on the TPing Bounty Hunter. He's going to go down. And it looks like they lost the Lich too.
Oh,
who's TPing in? And there comes in the puck, Dream Coil, it lands, but it looks like it's not really going to matter too much. They can't follow up. There goes the Moonlight Arrow. I mean, the Moonlight Shadow, my apologies. And yeah, they just can't find him.
Away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do we have any sentries? No, we do
there are
not.
no sentries, it looks like. They're
sentries.
No, he's just going to walk out, and they spot him out, but I don't know if they're going to be able to catch him. It's going to just depend on this puck landing. Oh, nope.
My gosh.
On the backside.
9 in a row.
Kill, and oh look,
Mirana
another kill.
already
on the puck.
godlike.
And Mirana got the puck.
No
It's
place
looking
here.
pretty over.
Yeah, I don't really think that Skybath can do much at this point. They were looking really good in their early advantage, but they just completely threw it away. I mean, the Mirana has a diffusal blade already, so she can pretty much chase down and kill anybody she wants to.
This is why having the tri-lane bot, having that aggressive tri-lane against a regular tri-lane, they should have basically just tried to turtle as much as they can rather than being aggressive. And they were really careless under tower because, I mean, you have an Illuminate from Coddle and then also Mirana arrows and just burst damage, just so much burst damage in that lane. I mean, you have to be careful in that lane. The fact that they weren't careful just really screwed them up. And now Mirana's just able to go around and just go ahead and search for kills.
Yeah. And now the BKB is up on the Weaver, so I don't think there's really much that they can do anymore to them, because they have so much magical damage in the Crystal Maiden, in the Lich, in the Puck, that with that BKB they just can't quite shut him down. He's just going to be able to run around, Shikuchi around the team fight, and deal tons of damage. I don't feel like there's anything they can really do to stop him anymore.
Another thing to take note of is Chaos Knight does not even have an armlet yet. He's only got the helm, and it's just like normally you'd have an armlet at this point, especially as Chaos Knight, and just he's already gotten killed 3 times. He's just trying to get farm. Right now he's just sitting around though, which I don't think is a good idea.
Looking at the items, the biggest item Skybath has right now is the Vlad's Aura, and that's up on Bounty Hunter. So they really don't have anything at all. They're really poor, and they really have pretty much everything they want to up on eQuator. They have the mechanism, they have a diffusal blade up on Mirana again, and they have drums up on Elder Titan. Granted, they have drums on Chaos Knight too, but he's not really. That's not what you want to have on your one-position Chaos Knight 20 minutes in the game.
Looks like they might be going for a Roshan at this point. Either that or just turning on a fight.
Well, I don't really know. They're tracked right now, so they really can't do much. That was kind of a waste of a Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to go towards Roche now, though. You were right with calling it about 5 minutes later. So,
yeah.
I don't know, though. They don't really have any kind of lifesteal. So it is going to be a little bit harder for them. But again, they have the mech. That'll help a lot. But they do have a lot of damage at this point. Again, with the drums, with the diffusal blade up, with pretty much everything they have. So I think they'll be able to take this within maybe 30 seconds or so. But it looks like they're just kind of dancing around the pit right now. I think
they're actually going to go for...
Double damage!
I don't know. Weaver just picked up a double damage. Looks like they might do Roshan. Looks like it.
They're going to try.
Having that double damage is definitely going to help.
We'll just see
and
if
it looks like
it
looks like the natural order does not work on Roshan.
Okay.
So that's not going to do much. However, Weaver is able to tank this, considering he's got time lapse.
Yeah.
Which is good. And then just what they're doing right now.
Oh, and they're just going to waste so much on this illusion of the Elder Titan. They think that's a real one, but it's just going to poof. They wasted everything. Yeah. And for some reason, the Mirana's TPing out bot to try to farm, I guess. Okay, they're just going to leave it to the Weaver. So this Weaver is going to be almost impossible to kill at this point with his BKB, with his time lapse, and with the Aegis of the Immortal up on him. They can't really do much to him anymore. I think that really, if you're eQuator, you just want to try to push down the mid lane now. Both towers.
Looks like it. Looks like Mirana's going to try and search out a kill. She doesn't know, however, that she was right on top of one of Skybath's
wards.
Observer wards.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
One thing,
I don't really know. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay. One thing that we're seeing right now on Skybath's side is they're all grouped up as 5 when we know already that they cannot win a 5v5. There's an Aegis.
Oh, and the arrow lands on Chaos Knight, so he can't really do anything. It looks like Mirana's just going to pick off this Crystal Maiden in the back. Yeah. And here comes the initiation from the front. The Elder Titan's coming in. He's going to try to land a stop, but he's not going to hit anybody. Chaos Knight is... Well, he was out of mana. He got leaked for a minute, but it looks like he restored quickly. Or maybe he just stopped moving. I don't know.
Looks like,
but
and Weaver's up top just getting even more farm. All he needs right now is just a damage item, and then they can just push and GG it, and that's it.
Weaver's just going to transition into being a one-position carry, and he can do that. Like, they don't really need him in these fights right now, even though he built items to fight. He doesn't need to be there. They can
Correct. With Mirana having 10 kills, 22 minutes in, no, they do not need Weaver on their team at all.
Yeah.
Like,
and it looks
they
like she's going to start building her
push right now.
She's going to start building her Manta style, it seems. And so when she gets set up, they're going to be able to push everything down. And that's pretty much going to be GG. She's going to spot out this Chaos Knight right here. Going to land the arrow. Probably just going to go ahead and try to kill him. She might succeed, too. Oh, no, he's going to back off. But he's low. He can't defend anymore. They're just going to try to take this tower now, it seems. And up top, Weaver's just going to try to push down the top
Weaver's
tower.
going to be split pushing up there.
And if you look at bot, the creep lane's just pushing in. So it's just not looking good for Skybath right now. They're falling really far behind. Even farther behind every minute the game goes by. The Puck did get his Blink Dagger, which is good. But really, that's all that they have, is a Puck Blink Dagger. And they don't even have wards right now because of the Gem and True side. And they're going to land that on Bounty Hunter. He's going to get Fiend Script. He's going to go down. Chaos Knight initiates, though. Puck initiates. Dream Coil lands. They get the bait, but that's really all they get.
And there's the Lichel.
The Mirana might go down. Mirana went down. Oh! The Elder Titan went down. That was beautiful. So that was a really good trade, I think.
There's a gem.
I mean, the only people that really benefited from that, I guess, on Skybath's side were the supports, which isn't that good because all of their cores went down.
Well,
and
now it looks
the
like
Weaver got to benefit from all the kills that happened for eQuator. So I kind of take back what I said. I don't think it was a good trade because the Weaver got to benefit so much from that, and it looks like he's just going to start building his Desolator, which is such a good item on him. And I don't know what this Lich is doing all the way out here. He could get killed pretty easily, I think, but he's just going to back off. Hello? Are you still there?
Yeah,
Justin?
I'm still here.
Okay. You're just quiet. I expected you to interject. I was just like, did he die?
Well, it looks like the Weaver's definitely going to go for a Desolator. And at this point, it's definitely a great idea. Chaos Knight's starting to get tanky. He's almost got his armlet, and I'm guessing that eQuator already knows this. And so getting the Desolator on Weaver is going to make Chaos Knight actually even easier to kill, even though he's going to have that armlet. And with the 6.79 update, you can't toggle anymore. So Chaos Knight's going to have a lot of trouble against this Weaver. And Weaver still has the Aegis as well. It's going to be reclaimed in about 2 minutes, I believe. And there's Mirana initiating.
Yeah.
It's the Puck again.
It's the Puck.
I lost count.
I think that Puck's going to go down. Oh, no, she's just going to back off. She just wanted to poke him a little bit. But she's going to be tracked up. She might have just made a huge mistake here. They're going to kill her. That's going to be huge if they can get that. But the blinding... Okay, they did get it. They dropped everything to get that one, it seemed. Dream Coil and everything. So that's pretty big. The Mirana's not the biggest person on eQuator, but
yeah,
it certainly is going to help. So, I don't know. I think that eQuator is still okay if they want to try to push in, because they do have the Weaver here now. So,
there's armlet.
Yeah, Chaos Knight finally has his armlet up, 25 minutes in. But again, he's really underfarmed at this point. He can't farm well because he's Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is probably one of the worst heroes when it does come to farming. So, again, that's what I was talking about when they picked him up. They needed to get really aggressive in the mid-game. And right now, I guess they still have a little bit of time to do that. But they're really falling behind. They can't farm as well as the Weaver, as well as the Mirana. So he's just not going to do too terribly well. And he's just barely ahead of the Mirana in farm, who's been roaming around and getting kills and all that good stuff. She has 11 kills, 25 minutes in this game. So it's just not too good. And she's going to TP in the top, and she's just going to push out the lane. So really, eQuator should just be content to split push them down at this point.
One thing that I'm disagreeing with right now is that they're turtling it up a little bit mid, eQuator is. And really, at this point, that's not a good idea. They just killed your main carry. you don't want them to take a tower. You have a Coddle and a freaking Elder Titan. You're able to deal so much AoE damage, so why not just push the lane out a bit? I know there's a bounty hunter, but as long as you just, like, you know, stick together, you're going to be alright.
I agree. It looks like they might want to go for a team fight here, man. That's what I would do. With the Mirana pushing out the top, she's going to find some farm, but she's not really going to be helpful. She can't TP because her TP should just be on cooldown still. And up,
there's a Dream Coil.
Puck went in, Dream Coil, and it landed on 3, and that Elder Titan's going to go down.
Elder Titan.
And it looks like...
Which was great to focus him out first.
Coddle was going to go down too. It looks like the Weaver could go down if they aren't
careful. No Aegis on the Weaver.
Where did he... Oh, wait, no, where is he? He time-lapsed out, I guess.
Yep.
So, that just turned out really badly for them. They lost 3, and their cores are still up. But, I mean, they just lost so much in that fight. It looks like this could be the opening that Skybath was waiting for to claw their way back into this game right now. They lose their top, and it looks like they might be able to take this mid tower. Weaver's just kind of sitting here, maybe with hopes of defending this, but I don't know if he can. He doesn't have enough damage at this point.
However, with that fortify, it's going to push him back, and looks like they're going to go for the rune and maybe start pushing out the other lanes. Looks like Chaos Knight, how many kills did he get that last fight? He got like 3 kills?
Let me check. I think maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
so
he's
having those 3 kills is definitely going to help him with his farm.
Yeah. Either way, he stayed alive through the whole fight, so he got all the assist gold and XP from it. So no matter what, he got a lot from that.
What we could see maybe with the Chaos Knight is maybe a halberd, or maybe just more damage at this point. Because all we needed to do is get a little bit more tankiness on this Chaos Knight, and then he will be a little bit more difficult to kill. But having the Diffusal Blade, and now a Manta on the Miran, and she is definitely a threat for Skybath.
Chaos Knight just picked up an ultimate orb of his own, so it looks like he wants to see Manta with Manta. And really, I think Manta Style is a better item on Chaos Knight than it will be on the Mirana, because he just gets so much more from it with his crits. So, I don't know. I'm thinking that... Again, if and we have to wait for the Chaos Knight to reconnect. But I feel that if they can get their items up, they might be able to get their way back into this game. Again, like I said. So we'll just see what happens from here on out. I think that the smart thing to do would be for them to pick up the Manta Style into the heart on the Chaos Knight. So that way he can just try to split push back out. Like, they are so far behind in map control right now, they just need to try to get it back.
Yeah, we can see the Weaver's getting pretty close to his Desolator, only 300 gold shy, and looks like Coddle's going for a Necronomicon. They can see that they're having a little bit of trouble pushing in, considering that last team fight. And so getting the Necronomicon's definitely going to help with their pushing power. However, I feel like they're losing their opportunity every second for pushing. Their Bounty Hunter is away, just farming, and then most of them are back at their base, just kind of chilling. So pushing the lane, like, is definitely kind of a priority that they need to, like, establish for their team.
And I find it really odd that this Coddle's just farming up this Ancient stack right now with the Mirana Manta illusion helping, and he has a Necrobook. I think you actually just said that, but Necrobook's gotten a lot stronger with the 6.79 update. It was only, I think, a 5-second difference in the actual timing of it. But that's still a lot when you're pushing.
Arrow go initiating on this Chaos Knight. Oh, yep.
Yeah, they're gonna get this. They're gonna get it.
And Chaos Knight's gonna go
They
down.
even used the Fiend's Grip. They wanted to make sure they got that kill. They don't want him getting out of control. And they're just gonna melt the Lich. They're gonna go back in. The BKB got popped, and I don't know. That might have just been a waste of. I think that was that was only a 9-second BKB charge. But that's still pretty big. They could have gone in there, but they just didn't make anything of it. And I guess they're gonna be content to just push down this tower. But we were starting to get kind of low. He is actually taking a lot of damage at this point. He needs to try to back off a little bit. They need to take this tower and get back.
Got rid of the track, so Weaver does not have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah,
and they're gonna take the T2.
Yeah, and I don't think they should take the team fight right now. Like, I mean, I know that there's 2 down on Skybath, but they can't quite push into the base just yet. I don't feel they need to have the Desolator up, and I think that's actually coming to them right now. And maybe after that they can start pushing up, but. I don't know. If they want to start pushing, they just need to get the Necrobook finished on Keeper of the Light. And he's going to have level 2 of that pretty soon. I think he's only about 100 gold away from that. And so, after that, then you can start looking at doing some real damage to the towers. But at this point, I don't understand what the Elder Titan's building. The Hood of Defiance is something I don't think I've ever seen on him before.
He's probably going for a
Pipe of Insight.
yeah, Pipe of Insight, most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the other team, we got the Puck, Crystal Maiden, Lich. That's enough magic damage for a Pipe to go. Enough magic damage to go through Pipe. However, having that Pipe's definitely gonna help get rid of that Lich ult, which is definitely a nuisance.
Yeah. And I mean, it is a pretty good pickup. It's just a little weird to see on an Elder Titan, I feel. Maybe it's common and I just haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens from here on out. I feel like that is going to be a good pickup because, again, as you said, they have so much magic damage right now in Skybath that it'll really help, but I don't know. With all the physical damage that's going to be coming out of Chaos Knight, if he starts finding his farm, maybe he should have built something else tanky. They're going to smoke up. I think they're going to try to go for the Rosh, or they might just try to look for...
Roshan's not going to be another, I guess, 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I don't think they know. I don't think they actually checked that. No, they scattered out with the Puck, so they're going to go try to find a kill with this. And I don't know. They found 3. There's a Weaver down here by himself.
Like Lich
he's going to be hard
just
to find.
got spotted
Lich got
out.
revealed. So I don't really know if they can do anything anymore with this. They are kind of wasting their time here because it looks like EQ is going to go for the Rush. And I don't know. It just respawned.
Yep.
So I don't know. We might see a
we're gonna
fight
see
here.
a massive
We're going to see a fight here.
Yeah.
Dire's
There's the
top
initiation.
The Chaos Knight's going in by himself, and that's kind of a stupid idea.
There's a
But
gem
oh,
on the
it
keeper,
worked.
but-
The Crystal Maiden ult, along with the Dream Coil, just did so much. It only melted the Coddle, though. So I can't really say that a
Well,
ton's
they're going to
gonna
get a gem
come
in
out
the
of that.
process. Lich now has Coddle's gem, which is definitely good, especially against the Weaver. Also, look at that. Look at that
Dire's
Weaver.
top tower.
So low.
You know the drill.
25 HP.
Yeah.
He's going to get away. How frustrating that
He
must
just
be.
they let the Elder Titan space him out a bit too much, and really with the Bounty Hunter, I don't want to say they can go for a rush right now because they're all pretty low, but they need to start looking towards it pretty soon. Somebody needs to pick up that rush because
They can't go for a rush
Dire's
anyway.
mid tower
With the
is
initiation
below.
that Mirana brings to fights, all she has to do is throw an arrow in, and then they all die, essentially.
it looks like they're just going to want to push down the
Dire's
T1.
mid-towers having
And
technical
I don't know. I don't think that is really the best call because while you do need to push down the T1, it'll push itself down if they don't get the Rex at some point.
I think
they
that
need to-
one person should have had to go up there, but if Chaos Knight really wants to get the tower, he can't really be alone, and having that extra gold
Dire's
is
top tower
definitely going to help him out. It looks like he's going to go for a BKB. Oh wait, no, that's Bounty Hunter. My bad. Yeah, definitely going for the Manta style
Yeah.
for the Chaos Knight.
And
Still haven't seen yet.
it looks
which-
like EQ is going to do mass Necrobook, which is something we have seen actually. Necrobook is so strong now that if you can get a bunch of them, and you get really strong minions for like, and I don't say minions as in League of Legends minions, please don't hang me, but you get really strong minions for like 40 seconds, and they can just push out a lane by themselves. If you micro it right, they can just help a creep wave get to the base within 20 or so seconds if it's pretty equal. So
Not only that, but in these team fights, they have been basically trading gems back and forth, and having these necro books is just going to make Bounty Hunter not a thing anymore.
because of the
And,
true side from the, is it the Archer, I believe?
I think I don't really know.
I'm gonna check.
It's,
it should say. It does not say.
However,
Okay.
by having those necro book, those
Radiant's
level 3
bottom
necro
tower
books,
seen
you're
better
doing
days.
so much massive damage,
Radiant's
and like you
down
already have a
fortified
diffusal blade on the Mirana,
structures.
so having that extra mana, like
Radiant's
Um,
bottom tower
They need to get back. I don't think they
home.
can take this fight right now. That was a bit silly to TP right in the middle of it. And
there's
a
the
BKB.
It looks like they're
and
gonna
it
have
looks like
to,
they're gonna try to
they're gonna
go.
have to turn on him, but I
Or
don't
they're
think
just gonna waste this
they'll get
BKB. They might.
anything done.
They just have to back off. They're gonna let the Nerco creeps push in by themselves. But I don't know. I feel like that was a bit of a waste. And again,
Mirana
like he hasn't used
can't
BKB
use
very
arrow,
well. Yeah,
but
Lich
Lich
is
is
gonna go down to the Coddle, and there goes the Crystal Maiden ult, but it's not really gonna hit much.
It's gonna go down.
Oh, Weaver went down, but he has Aegis, so it doesn't really matter. It looks like the ET ult's gonna hit on 3, but I don't know.
Weaver's
Yeah,
gonna
they're gonna
try
use
and
the
get off
Feed's
this
grip to get the Chaos Knight,
Radiant's
and Crystal
bottom
Maiden and
tower
Puck are
seen
just gonna
better
back, and they're the only two that survive. It looks like they're gonna get this mid tower. They're probably gonna get it Rax, and I don't know. I think at that point they just back off, maybe try to slow siege the rest of the base.
Bottom tower ain't a
At this
pretty
point,
sight
yeah, it
right
looks
now.
like eQuator take the racks.
Radiant's
And
bottom tower
after
done
they do
for.
take the racks, oh, we now see the Desolator on Weaver. Just
Yeah,
noticed.
he had that before the last team fight started.
However, now that they're going to take this Rax, they don't even have to worry about the bottom lane anymore. And so they're going to be able to just go ahead and push out the other lanes. We can already see Crystal Maiden already in the mid lane, just preparing for a fight.
And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to want to do. EQ's just going to go back a little bit, try to push in, and probably take that mid-rack. I mean, yeah, take the mid-racks too. I don't think there's much they can do to stop him at this point. They have so much up on EQ. They have a Desolator and BKB up on the Weaver. They have the Pipe of Insight. They have the Manta style on the Mirana. And I don't know. There's just not much you can do, especially with those two Necro books. And I think both of those might actually be on... No, Collins is off cooldown. Baines is about to be off cooldown really soon. I don't think there's much you can do against that pushing power.
What we've seen so far, it's like, we're looking at this Chaos Knight, and we're just wondering, when's he going to get his Manta? When's he going to be a real threat to the other team? And, like, he's kind of already a threat, but the reason why he keeps dying already, like, at the beginning of every team fight, is he's the one that just keeps getting picked off. By not like, even with his teammates around him, they're not able to defend him, and with Chaos Knight not having a BKB, he's able to get hit by all the magical damage on the other team. You got Mirana's Arrow, you got the Illuminate, and then Bane's always going to ult the Chaos Knight with Fiend's Grip. Or Fiend's Grip. So, with Chaos Knight out of the picture, out of every team fight, there's no other real carry that's really going to help them win fights, because Bounty Hunter, although he did get a lot of farm in the early game, he went for Vladimir's Offering, which really was not the best item. I mean, maybe for a team full of right-clickers.
He should have gone Butterfly. I mean, not Butterfly, Battle Fury.
No, I mean, I think he should have probably gone for some armor reduction. Maybe a Medallion of Courage, or maybe a Desolator. Something different, you know?
And again, I still don't understand this BKB pickup, because it is really good, I guess, for some things. It'll help mitigate a lot of damage coming out of EQ, but, I mean, it's less useful than it would be if he was on the other team facing against his own lineup, if that makes any sense. I feel like he could have gone for something like the Desolator, maybe help out his team a little bit more.
Yeah, by having that Vlad's, like, sure, it helps out the team a little bit, but it's mainly only helping Chaos Knight, and not that much, considering he's the one that's getting disabled every fight. Because the other heroes we're looking at, they are not right-clickers at all.
Right. And it looks like a smoke's going to be used. I guess they're going to try to find something? I don't know. That was kind of an odd thing. And they're just spamming their abilities, so they're going to know about the smoke. That was just a waste of a smoke. I don't know. Maybe that was a misclick?
Chaos Knight has picked up his Manta style.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Again, he needs other big damage items before it really does any work. And Kaza's going to use Mana Leak on the Illusion, and so that's kind of big, because that's down for a few seconds. But I can't really picture them going in anytime soon. It's not really going to matter that much, I guess. So they're just going to let these Necrobook creeps just push in.
And one thing that we're seeing right now is that eQuator's having a little bit of trouble pushing in the mid lane. And what I feel like they're waiting for is for Mirana to actually hit an arrow so they can actually initiate like a 4v5.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like that's just what they're waiting to do, too. They want that opening so they can Fiend Script, probably the Chaos Knight. They want him to come out. So we'll see what happens. But, I don't know, they're just, both teams kind of dancing around right now. They're doing a little tango. Oh,
the problem is
arrow miss.
As long as Skybath keeps avoiding these arrows, eQuator's not really going to be pushing in that much. But actually with that, looks like they're going to be able to push in with the Illuminate and the Astral Spirit. But I mean, you got so much AoE from Skybath. It's kind of hard to really push in.
Yeah, but they can just dance around it and just, again, slow siege just down. Level 3 Necro up on Keeper of the Light now, so there's not really much you can do. If they want to push this down, they're going to push this down, because Necro creeps do a lot of damage. So
one person we haven't looked at for a while is Weaver. He's already picked up a Manta. I didn't even notice he was going for that item. And he's been just pushing out the top lane a lot. And by doing that, we have all the lanes pushed. Every single one of them, which is definitely putting a lot of pressure on him. This is what's allowing eQuator to take the mid lane.
And there's a really big fight going on right now. And it looks like Elder Titan's going to get blown up. The Kaila's going to go down, and they might pick off more here. They might get that Weaver. And the Weaver's really what they want to get right now, but he's going to Shikuchi away. They might find him, though. Nope, missed blink. And, oh, he's going to get away, but just barely, though.
That's
still pretty big. They picked off the Elder Titan. He is a really really big factor right now with that Pipe of Insight. And he's down for 30 more seconds, so they can probably push, try to maybe not take a tower, but they can definitely do some damage to one, and it'll slow siege itself with creeps eventually. So
yeah, by taking out Coddle and Elder Titan, that is most of their pushing power.
Yeah.
Because by having the Astral Spirit and the Illuminate going off on one wave, it definitely gets rid of the entire wave. And so without both of them, they aren't able to defend that much. But it looks like Coddle's going to respawn, and they aren't going to make it to the T3 before Elder Titan respawns. So
and
they're probably just going to back off.
Coddle's going to respawn with a level 3 Necro book. So, no wait, that Bane just picked up level 3 Necro book. I think Coddle already had his. So there are 2 level 3 Necro books already up on EQ. They're going to be able to push down any lane they want to at this point.
And getting the business.
I don't know, they're going to take this bottom tower, I guess, but that's really not going to do a ton for them.
I'm kind of, I kind of find it funny that Elder Titan picked up a gem, and they already have 2 Necro books.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's the warrior that gets the true sight.
Yeah, the true sight. Okay. Blue on red, blue on red. But I don't know, there's not really much EQ can do. I mean, not EQ. There's a lot EQ can do at this point. There's not really much that Skybath can do at this point, because with all the pushing power of EQ, if they really leave their base, then they're just probably going to get sieged down. Again, with those 2 level 3 Necro books, with all the minus armor they can give to the towers at this point, all I'm really waiting to see out of EQ is like an Assault Cuirass. And then they can just take anything within like seconds, and that'll just be disgusting. But we're going to see a fight here. It looks like the Weaver's just going to pick off the Crystal Mage.
Just going to pick off
so
that
much damage.
Oh,
Dream Coil lands on 3.
like
There goes into the Lich Ult, and the
go
Weaver's going to go down. That's huge.
Right there.
And I don't know, it might be more. The Fiend's Grip goes off, but the Fiend's Grip gets canceled by the Crystal Maiden, and it looks like they're going to pick up the Coddle in the bag too.
Somebody's
Ron's going to go ahead and get a triple kill. Look at this trade. Triple for triple. However, the bad
it looks
part is
like
Bounty Hunter didn't stay alive.
Yeah, EQ still comes out ahead in that, because while the Weaver went down, the Bounty Hunter also went down, the Mirana's still up, the Elder Titan's still up, and it looks like they're going to pick out the Mirana. That's huge for them then. The Chaos needs to get back, because he's going to die.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not going to die. But he has 4,300 gold now. They just got so much from that fight. Let's just look at the gold graph for a second. It didn't make that big of a jump. But it definitely is going to be really big for them. They're going to be able to get, I don't know, what did he just get? What's on the courier? Nothing? Okay, what did he spend his gold on?
We got a BKB on the
Oh, he just picked up a BKB. Okay.
Yeah. We got
Wait, no,
BKB.
I thought he already had BKB up. Did I miss
No.
that? Oh.
No. BKB was on Bounty Hunter.
Well, that's okay.
Now, having BKBs on 3 out of the 5 heroes on Skybath's team, they're able to really take control of team fights a lot more than what eQuator has. I mean, Weaver's got a BKB, but it's already at 5-second charge. There's a BKB on Mirana. She's already used it twice, so it's at an 8-second charge. And like, we just got 2 brand new BKBs on Skybath's team.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he should have just skipped out on the BKB though, because he's just going to get picked out by the Fiend's Grip every single time. I feel like he should have just started going for a Heart of Tarask or something, so that way his illusions would be tankier and start doing a lot more damage.
Well, having the BKB, if Puck is able to initiate, he's able to pick off that Bane before Bane even gets a chance to use his Nightmare or his Fiend's Grip. Like, I mean, there's plenty of silence already on Skybath's team. I mean, Puck's got the built-in AoE silence, and then Puck also picked up a Scythe, which is really what killed Weaver that last fight.
Yep. And I don't know, I feel like they're dancing around Roshan. I think they know he's up. They're just going to want to go on this because, well, not go on this, but they're going to want to get Roshan because he has the cheese and he has the Aegis. That's going to be a huge advantage to whoever can pick it up. So that's probably objective number 1 for both teams right now. Oh my god, did you see that arrow? It was so close. It almost landed on him. And they would have just probably gotten a kill on that. That would have been pretty much GG at that point.
There's now a Crystallis up on the Mirana. Having all those crits is definitely going to help out. 350 damage per crit. And then having that with illusions too, because illusions I believe do get the crit damage.
And what we did ignore when it came up, and I actually meant to bring this up, but the Puck does have a Scythe of Ice up now, which, I mean, it's really late in the game. It's not as good as it would have been earlier, but Scythe of Ice is always a good item, though. So,
That's
I feel
what
like
killed people last fight.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to put in a lot of work if they can get it on the right person. And really, that right person's probably going to just be the Weaver, I would imagine. Because, I mean, For all the
Go
farm
in
that
this.
the Mirana has up right now, she's not nearly as bad as the
That
Weaver.
Illuminate just took out.
But it looks like the Mirana's going to go in, and I don't know. I feel like they could have just turned and killed her.
It back away.
Oh, the Fiend's going to go off on the Crystal Maiden.
Maiden.
I guess they just wanted to get that really bad, but I mean, they picked her off.
Nicely done.
They can probably take Roshan at this point if they want to. Oh, the arrow's going to land on a Centaur. Yeah, they're just going to TP and run away to safety. And again, I think that they're going to go ahead and take Roshan. That's going to be Aegis and Cheese for them. He's dropping pretty fast, too. Already down to about half health.
Well, I mean, there's a Desolator on a Weaver, and you got Crystallis on the Mirana. Looks like Mirana's going to be able to take this Aegis.
Yeah. And Weaver's going to take the Cheese. And so he's just going to be... I think that's a little bit better for him. Well, the Aegis through the Immortal does really help. Cheese is just going to let him get back up to full mana
just
and
gives
health
him an
before
extra
he...
ult for free.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be a lot more helpful on him. And the Mirana needs to survive, because she... Again, while she's not quite as fat as the Weaver, I don't think at this point... Oh, no, she is actually... She's higher net worth than the Weaver is at this point. So, I guess she's technically going to be doing a little bit more damage. But the Geminate attack still does put in a lot of work for him doing 3 damage. So, there's just so much damage coming out of EQ right now. And, I don't know. Again, while there's a lot of magical damage coming out of Skybath, all the physical damage is on EQ, and that's really what wins most games.
Looks like Weaver gets
It looks like Mirana's going in really deep, though. She's going to die,
Yeah,
I feel.
she is going...
No, she's not going to die. She's going to be alright. She's just going to...
That was going to hit Lich. Still no ult from Lich.
Breaking down the radiant structures.
Which
This is just kind of a really weird fight. It's really spread out. The sleep's going to land, but...
There's
Oh, there's
the
a Dream
tether.
Coil in on 4, actually. And they're just going to go ham. It looks like... I don't know. There's the ult from the
Lich
Lich.
ult.
But...
And Crystal Maiden.
Okay, the Mirana goes down. She loses the Aegis, but it looks like...
It's like Chaos
CK's
Knight's
about
gonna
to go down.
here.
Maybe. Oh, he might get out. No,
He just
He
armlet
got out.
toggled. He armlet toggled.
I mean, they still lost too, though. So that fight really didn't go well for them. They did lose the puck, they did
got
lose
the
the bounty
racks.
hunter, and they
It
lost
looks like
mid racks.
this
And so this should be GG. This is going to be top racks. This is going to be game. It was a really fun last fight to watch, though. And there's the GG.
Definitely worked. They had so much control throughout the early and mid game. Like, even though it was like you said, a tug of war at the bottom lane. I mean, just the fact that Bounty Hunter had to leave lane to help out and just go ahead and give Weaver free farm. It just helped Weaver out with being able to actually participate in team fights. Like, one thing I noticed is that Weaver was alone most of the game. And once he got his BKB, he started getting in fights, and then that's whenever things started to really turn around.
Exactly.
Not only that, but Mirana was getting kills just like crazy.
Yeah, the Weaver didn't even get that many kills. He just got out of control. He got so much farm, and then he was just able to help take the game. So, that was a really fun game to watch. The problem was, again, the Chaos Knight really didn't fulfill what he needed to do. He didn't get very much farm. He didn't really help contribute a ton to team fights, even though he started putting out more damage. But, that's all for this game. I've been Rubica. This has been my co-caster, Superior JT, and we're going to be back at around 2:30 with the next game, and I don't actually know who that is. Let me check real quick. I believe... Hold on. I should have my
Get your
schedule
shit
up.
together.
I know, I need to get it together. Hold on. That will be... I have to search. Okay, there we go. Next game that I'm going to be casting will be at 2:30, UOB versus Universally Challenged, and hopefully JT will be joining me again for that. I hope.
Yeah, most
Maybe.
definitely. I'll be there.
All right, cool. Well, good game. We're signing out. Peace.